And just like that, guys, look at the beauty. Everything is so organized. It looks so professional and clean. You can mount anything you want up there. I can always add more later if I want to add some stuff, but wow, I'm just impressed, dude. Shout out to this company. I have no affiliation with them, and I'm not sponsored or anything. This is just something I bought with my own research, and I just wanted to share with you guys kind of what to expect and what to look for with this install. And stay tuned if you want to see the full install video of this. It's pretty easy. I'd say it maybe takes about an hour. It's freezing cold. It took me a little bit longer because I didn't want to break any clips in the dash or anything, but this thing is freaking sick. So stay tuned if you want to see how it's done. Circus. Alright guys, we're just doing a quick unboxing of this thing just to show you guys what's inside. I'm going to link this in my bio, and I'm going to show you a quick picture of it on Amazon. It came in right at $103. And of course, who doesn't love free goodies? These guys were kind enough to give me a free bottle opener with my purchase. This thing's pretty sweet. What's super cool about all the stuff in this box that I noticed is that everything is made of metal. This phone mount is legit. It's super solid, so I'm pretty impressed with that. These 20mm uniballs allow you to mount pretty much anything that you want, and they're also made of metal, and they come with a rubber pad on the bottom so they don't vibrate or anything like that. And last but not least, my favorite part is these arms that are made of carbon fiber and Kevlar. Super solid. The ends of them are also metal, and pretty impressed with these too. So if you guys are interested in kind of the same setup that I'm running, I'm going to show the pictures from Amazon, and the links will also be in the description of the video. But I got the radio mount, an extra arm, 2 more uniballs, and an action camera mount. So if you guys are interested in the radio mount, I thought this one was really cool. It's compatible with a bunch of different radios, and I'm actually going to list a picture real quick, so if you need to pause, here's all the compatible radios that this will work with. So once you get everything ready to start setting up, you're going to want to move the mounting system or the balls around to where you think you want them to go, and you got to make sure you don't get too close to where the top plate mounts to the frame, because there might be interference with the nut and washer on the bottom. So you want to make sure you kind of lay them out, get an idea of where you want them, and make sure that that emblem is facing away from you, because that side is going to go towards the front of the truck. Once you find out where you want to put them, you're going to use the Phillips screws that are provided. You're going to go ahead and put them in there and loosely mount all the Phillips in, and then put the washers on the bottom with the smooth side of the washer facing you or towards the nut. And then you're just going to snug them up, and then once they're snugged up, you're going to want to tighten them with the wrench. Do not tighten the side with the Phillips screw, because you'll scratch the mounts on the top. And here is me tightening the 8mm nuts with this little wrench. It's kind of hard to do because you got to hold the other side with the Phillips screwdriver. So if you have somebody to help you, it might make it easier for you. This is when it gets really important to double and triple check where you want your mounts, because depending on the size of what you're running or what you're going to be doing or what you're trying to do with it, you want to make sure that your mounts are exactly where they're going to be, because it's kind of a little bit of work to remove and install these. So just double check everything and make sure, you know, do a little test fit. Alrighty guys, so that's all that there is to it, to securing those mounts to the RubiGrid. So now we're going to move on to the next step. So before you go out and start working on the truck, you can take one last look at everything and make sure it's in the orientation that you want it to be. I would just double, triple check that again just to make sure everything's perfect, because you don't want to have to take it back off. Alright, so to take the center pocket out, you're going to have to get don't use a knife. I'm just using a knife because I have autism and I want to do it now. I don't want to get out and get the tools. But I used a knife and I got behind here and I twisted the knife backwards like this and popped up this plastic wrap, cracked it back in. Once you get the back pried up like that, you can actually just kind of give it a little, try to get onto the side here and just pull it up and like that. And same thing with the left side, pull it up and that'll pull off your speaker, kind of like it's like a little grill for your speaker. So you just pull that out, set it off to the side, and then you're gonna have some 7mm bolts back here. They're gonna be here and here. So I'm gonna grab the tools to pull that out real quick, and then the pocket should come out pretty easy. Okay, so I just got my 3/8 ratchet and my 7mm hex socket. This is way too big of a ratchet. You could get away with just using 1/4 inch, but you're just gonna get up in here and loosen these up. There's our first one right there. And it's 3 degrees here in Colorado today, so we're gonna take this all apart and bring it inside and finish the install inside, and then when it's a little warmer, I'll come throw this all together. But make sure you don't do this in the cold when it's absolutely freezing, because the chance of you breaking a clip or breaking a piece on your dash is much higher because everything's gonna be really brittle. So if you want to do it in the cold, I suggest you warm your truck up, run it for a bit, get the heater going, especially on like defrost to kind of warm up that area, or even these vents. The HVAC system or the MVAC actually runs back kind of around this area, so it'll kind of warm up everything if you do that. Just gonna set these screws to the side, and then once you get that, you should be able to grab up here and lift up. It's gonna be a little difficult without, you should use a plastic removal tool, but I don't want to go inside right now. I'm just gonna try and do it. So there's one, there's two, and just like that, you'll see it pull out, and you can actually get to the connector for your speaker here. Just press that tab, pull out, and then if you happen to lose any of these little white plastic clips, sometimes on Fords they like to come out when you remove them and they'll drop down. If that happens, once you remove this, you actually should be able to retrieve them once they fall back there. So we're gonna bring this inside and get to installing the part. So once you get your dash piece inside, just go ahead and start removing the 4 screws that secure the top panel to the frame of the mount, and then we're gonna get to mounting it to the plastic. After that, you're gonna wanna get your drill ready, and you're gonna wanna center this mount as much as possible and chuck up your bit that is supplied in the kit, and we're going to start drilling. If you prefer to pre-mark, you can do that too, but I just held down the plate and started drilling through the holes. So I actually used the box that the product was supplied in to kind of use it as like a backboard, so I could drill through the plastic and have something kind of hard to press against, because drilling it while holding it with my left hand just wasn't really working too well. So in this kit, there were these 2 supplied rubber grommets, but they weren't in any holes, and I found them just laying at the bottom. I think they fell out because they were cold and they shrunk, but I believe that they go in these front front tabs here that will be facing you towards the rear of the truck. And I think what they are is to so they don't vibrate or make any noise or squeak. So I actually drilled my holes before I put these in, and it made the fit a little bit tight, but it was actually kind of nice because what it did was put pressure on the Phillips screws, so it held them in there. At this point, you're going to want to grab the supplied hardware in the bag and start lining up all your holes and dropping in the Phillips screws from the top, just like you did with the 20mm uniball mounts. And same deal as before, once you get the Phillips screws snugged up, you're going to want to tighten with the wrench, not with the Phillips. That way you do not scratch the mount if you care about that. Once you guys finish mounting that to the plastic, then you can reinstall your top plate with the 4 screws, and you can snug them down pretty good this time, and then you should end up with something that looks like this. Once you get it all set up, let's head out to the truck to install it. So once you get everything kind of propped up here, you're going to need to set it to the side a little bit so you can reconnect your speaker harness, your connector in the back, which just like that, we are in. I'm going to gently align all of our clips. Once everything's nice and aligned, you can just give it a good smack like that. And just like that, you are ready to rock. Look how freaking good that looks, man. Got my 2 7mm screws here. They're gonna go in the front reverse order operations. Just gonna put them in by hand for now, and then we'll snug them down. These are kind of like they got the same like thread pitch as like a wood screw, so you don't want to over torque these too much. Just use a little 1/4-inch ratchet or even a screwdriver or nut driver with a 7mm head. That way you just get everything kind of held down. These are just really to retain everything. They you know, they're not meant to have like a ton of force put on them. So I'm just gonna snug them by hand, and then we'll give them just a little bit of a turn with the ratchet. I guess that one wasn't tight. Oh yeah, don't hit your windshield like I almost just did, or I kind of did a little bit. Okay, that one's definitely good. Just double check. Go back and forth. This thing's gonna have a lot of leverage on it, so I just want to make sure these front fasteners are as snug as I can get them without damaging anything. We got the speaker grill here, and I've just used these forward little plastic clips. If it's cold, be careful with everything, guys. You don't want to break this stuff because that would just suck. So we're just gonna go ahead and snap it in place. It's pretty easy to do. Just set it up there, press it one side, give everything a nice firm push. Dang, that looks good. Wow, that just looks super good. So anyway, that's how you install this thing. Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe or consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And I'm gonna link all these products. This is for a 2015 to 2020 F-150, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching.